So we're here with the Honourable Paul Hellyer, wonderful man, speaker, and former Minister of Defence of Canada. So Paul, can you tell me a little bit about what you're speaking today at Disclosure Canada Tour?
Well, it's some of the most important subjects in the world today. And they include, of course, the banking system, the cartel, and how we can get the banking system changed so that we can have unemployment reduced by half in 2 years and get the economy up and rolling, and so that we'll have the money, the financial flexibility to finance change from fossil fuels to clean energy when we get the U.S. to give us in the secret as to what they've been hiding there all these years. And then global warming, of course, which is the most important problem facing mankind. And the fact that it's just like our house is on fire, and we're doing nothing about it, and we have to immediately stop drilling in places like the Beaufort Sea and the Gulf of Mexico and off the coast of Newfoundland, and stop fracking everywhere and probably spoiling drinking water for generations to come, and instead to install this new technology and do it, I'm proposing, in 7 years, which is possible if we do what we did in World War II, where we converted all of the consumer goods factories to munitions. Now we just have to do the opposite and convert the munitions factories to building these small boxes which would power your car, your truck, your tractor, or your boat, or your house, and you would be independent of the outside world as far as your energy is concerned. And then putting the whole ball of wax together, introducing the connection between what I call the cabal and what they have in store for us, which is a world government, really a autocratic, really a fascistic world government which they plan for us, and their relationship with the extraterrestrial technology and some of the extraterrestrials with whom they have been working for more than 50 years. And I sort of tie it all together and say that the world is in deep danger. They're doing terrible things to us. They're poisoning our air, poisoning our water, poisoning our soil, and we have to do something about it very quickly. And I'm saying that we should get President Obama to lead a moral and spiritual revolution and turn the world around during these few months when he's no longer dependent on the cabal, when he doesn't have to raise money for getting reelected. And that if we don't do that, it could be too late, because the new president will have to raise a lot of money and they'll be totally in the power of the cabal. So that's sort of just a general overview of what I've been trying to say.
That's a great overview. So if you had to take one point out of the book Money Mafia that you wrote, what would it be, and what would you want to express to people, just so when they walk away, there's so many points, but having just one for them to know and move forward and make some change?
Two prongs. One, that changing the monetary system is the most urgent. We have to get governments creating money, putting it into circulation, putting people back to work, and reducing the power of the cartel, worldwide cartel, which has a monopoly. And also to not ratify the international treaties like the Canada-European Treaty, CETA, because once we do that, we will lose the power to use our own Bank of Canada for our own future happiness and welfare. And this applies also to the Pacific Trade Agreement, because what they do, they are transferring power from the people to the transnational corporations and the banks. And if we were to ratify CETA, for example, which in my opinion would be treason, then we would no longer be able to go back to the system that we had from 1939 to 74, which worked so beautifully in this country. We would be hogtied, and we would be destined to live with this sort of semi-recession for generations to come.
So what can people do now to make a change, to go about, stopping these things from happening and hopefully have a positive outcome?
Write the Prime Minister, write the Minister of Finance, write their MP. And I mean write. No, emails are useless. Send them a letter, say you don't want CETA, and you want to change the banking system and use the Bank of Canada for Canadians, not just for the benefit of the 15 or 20 wealthiest people in the world.
Awesome. Thank you, Paul.
Okay. Thank you.
That's Paul Hellyer, and I'm Chrissy for modernknowledge.ca.